Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Living to Learn. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day, your busy lives, to listen to what I have to say, what I have to share. And I hope that today's video is going to be helpful to you. And please share it with anyone you think it might be helpful to as well. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. You can also find my TikTok and Instagram handle in the description of the video at Live to Learn Coaching. That is also where you will find 3 opportunities to donate, to support my channel financially, if that's something that you would like to do. You don't have to do that, but for those of you who have already taken your support to that level, I want to say thank you. But anyway, let's get started. I am on part 2 of a series that started last week, talking about success in 2025. We're still in January. It's still a brand new year. I know the time's going to fly. Before you know it, we'll be talking about 2026, hopefully, right? No guarantees, but I plan on being there. But anyway, it's January, so it's still new, still fresh. So I want to offer something that is, still within that frame of mind, right? The new year, new me, new start, fresh start. Not everyone does that. Not everyone buys into that. Not everyone approaches it the same, and that's fine. I am one who says, hey, you know what? I feel like, why not go for it? Why not try something different? Why not expect something different? And why not try to make some progress toward actually doing something different? So last week we talked about limiting comparison. I think that when we compare ourselves to others, we are stealing from ourselves. We are stealing energy and precious resources that could be used to help us. I'm not saying you can't be inspired by other people. I definitely am. I definitely watch YouTube channels. I definitely see Instagram accounts from people who I aspire to be like. And I love what they have going. And yeah, I'm like, man, I want to be that one day. I'm going to be that one day. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with admiration, but comparing myself, but to attach everything I do step by step, or, I've got to be in step with this person, it's a waste of time. And it doesn't work for our success. It works against it, in my opinion. So that's what I talked about last week. This week, I want to talk about something else that I think is going to be very important in order for us to be successful in 2025. Will I be successful in 2025? Well, that depends. Depends on what you and I do that will get us there, and what we will undo that has kept us from there, right? So again, let me say it again. It's going to depend on what you and I do in order to get us there. And it's also going to depend on what you and I undo that has kept us from getting there. So what I want to talk about today is the importance of exploration. Now, when we think of exploration, it's kind of a funny word, because I don't know about you, but the first thing that pops in my mind when I hear the word exploration, I think of the old days and the sailors and the wooden ships sailing across the ocean and exploring, discovering new lands. And yes, it does have to do with that. But exploration is still a real word. It's still a real thing in our modern time. And really what it is just to explore, to go seeking, to go looking for something. And I want us to develop a routine for exploration. I think that's going to help us achieve success in 2025. And I've kind of broken it down a little bit to get my point across, what I mean by that. So number one, how are we going to develop a routine for exploration? How are we going to develop a routine that's going to ensure that you and I are looking for something different? Well, number one, let's make a list, right? Let's start there. Start there. Maybe you never even thought about it till you heard my video, till you heard my words today. Perhaps you had been thinking about it, but here's the sign, here's the instruction for us to make a list. Come up with some new places, some new things, some new activities that you want to do. Or not necessarily that you want to do, but that you're just going to go try for the heck of it, right? Maybe you're not an arts and crafts person. Maybe you're not a classical music person, but you still may choose to go and sit in on a concert, classical music. You still may decide to go visit the art museum. Why not? I mean, it's not a place you'd ever find yourself. You may never find yourself there again. Let's make a list. Let's come up with some stuff that, places, things, activities that we want to do that are not the norm. All right. First things first, let's make a list. If it's literally writing it down, if it's using your, an app on your phone. It doesn't matter to me how you do it. I just think it's important for us to do it. So let's make a list. Number 2, let's plan ahead. Plan ahead. Again, I know a lot of this it's repetitive. A lot of the things that I say in the videos, they coexist together. A lot of it is the same information, but these are things that you and I think need to hear time and time again. So let's plan ahead. Let's be proactive. What does that mean? You're not going to wait for it to happen to you. You're going to go and start to do something about it. Plan ahead. Figure out a time, right? Figure out a time that works best for you and your unique schedule, right? I have a pretty basic, work schedule during the week. Maybe some of you don't. Maybe some of you have 2 jobs or you're just very busy. I get it. Here's what I'm not saying. I'm not saying, hey, this is how often you have to do this. No, not at all. You may only have time on your calendar to try something different, something new once a month. But that's one more time a month than you're doing right now. So go for it, right? So let's plan ahead. What works for us? Let's find a time where we can actually go out and try these new things, check out these new places, or, take on these new activities, whatever it may be. So make a list, plan ahead. And number 3, go try it, right? The third and most obvious step, but it tends to be the one I think, for myself at least, is the one that I miss probably the most. Like, go and actually do it, man. You wrote it down, you planned ahead, you said you wanted to set aside time to try something new, to go to a new place, to find yourself in a new environment, and you're not doing it. So number 3, do it. Whatever it is, make sure it's new. Make sure it's something you don't do often, or someplace you don't go often, or maybe someplace you've never been at all, or maybe something you've never done at all. But I think this is going to help us reach that success in 2025, right? Developing a routine for exploration. How are we going to do that? We're going to make a list. We're going to plan ahead, and then we're going to go try it. Now, why would this be helpful? Why would this have anything to do with finding success in 2025? Well, number 1, it's going to allow us to develop some new skills, right? Whether you know it or not, skills, right, such as adaptability, skills such as problem solving are critical for success. So by developing a routine for exploration, for exploring, for seeking out new things, we are going to strengthen our adaptability skills, our problem solving skills, right? Also, we're going to grow our network. This is important because it's going to help us grow our network. Have you ever heard the saying, it's not what you know, but who you know? New settings equals new people. New settings equals new opportunities. New settings equals a new point of view. And we never know who we're going to meet. We never know what we're going to come across, because we went to go do X, Y, and Z. And as kind of an accidental accomplishment, we gained something new. And this I can attest to. I have found myself in contact with people that I never would have thought that I would have had contact with or been able to rub shoulders with. And it's been eye-opening. And it's grown my desire to really expand my network. And I need to challenge myself to get outside of my comfort zone even more. The last thing, and I think one of the best reasons why this is going to be helpful, it's going to increase our confidence. Because we're going to start to see that, and I've talked about this before, right? We need evidence to show ourselves that I can be this person. It's going to increase our confidence because it's going to show us that, hey, you know what? I was afraid. I was reluctant. I was insecure when it came to trying something new or getting outside of my comfort zone and what I'm used to. But now that I've done that, I realize, hey, this is something I can do. And if I can do it at this scale, if I can do it at this level, perhaps I could do it on a larger scale. Perhaps I can do it at an even higher level. So why is this going to help us developing a routine for exploration? Why is it going to help us achieve success in 2025? It's going to help us develop new skills. It's going to help us grow our network, and it's going to help us increase our confidence, which is something that we can never stop working on. I'm talking about being cocky. I'm not talking about being overconfident. If that's your choice, go for it. But most of us just need to get to that surface level of confidence. Like, I can do this. I can do more than what I used to expect myself to do, what I used to expect from myself to be able to do. That's what this is about. That's what success is about. It's not a thing that I define for you or you define for me. It's a place we want to get to. That's if you want to get to it. And that's something else I can't decide for you. But how are we going to be successful in 2025? Will I be successful in 2025? I believe we will. And it's going to be helpful for us to develop a routine for exploration that's going to really, really strengthen us. That's going to really provide us an opportunity to get ourselves in places and spaces in front of people that we otherwise may never have been able to. So I hope that this has been helpful to you. And I hope you'll share it with someone who you think it might be helpful for as well. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. Send me a message on Instagram if you have any suggestions, any constructive criticism, any subject you'd like me to cover in the future. Pat on the back, I take those all day as well. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.